So, was the 12th night the one on the island, or?
I mean, yes? I think no. That was The Tempest. And Othello. And I mean, technically a lot of them, depending on how you define England.
Why do we even need to take a class about Shakespeare anyways?
To graduate, my dude.
Well, yes, but Shakespeare's not relevant at all anymore.
Perhaps. But this is probably a discussion to have after the exam.
And they're all basically the same thing. It's either murder or pretending to be someone else, and coincidences. I literally can't tell any of these apart.
Well, in that case...
No.
Debate time. We have 5 minutes to make our arguments.
We are studying.
We are studying. This'll help.
Fine. But we're reading Spark Notes after this.
Worst Shakespeare characters. Go.
Got it. Lady Olivia, 12th Night.
Excellent choice.
So this wealthy lady is literally just trying to mourn her dead brother when this dude, who's actually a girl with like a drawn-on mustache or something, shows up to read her a bunch of letters from this other rich dude who she/he works for, but ends up catching feelings because, like, he kinda cute though. So she tries to marry this girl who she thinks is a dude, but ends up actually marrying this girl's twin brother who shows up the last minute, and she's just like, well, this is fine, I guess.
Interesting.
Okay, your turn.
Shylock, Merchant of Venice. He's just doing his job, right? And this rich dude comes up and he's like, my friend needs a loan but with no interest. And Shylock's like, okay, but I get some flesh if you can't pay it back. You know, I never realized how disgusting of a word flesh is. Like, I've never said it until now, and my entire body just feels gross.
We're kind of on a time limit here, so if you could just hurry it up.
But the rich dude's ships get destroyed and Shylock's like, well, time for blood. And this dude's best friend's girlfriend comes into the courtroom and she's like, you can have the flesh, but not the blood. And the entire court's like, well, this is fair.
Legend.
Pick a good one this time.
Okay, Friar Lawrence, Romeo and Juliet. So these two children find him and are like, can we get married? And he's like, sure. And then Juliet's like, can I have a potion that makes it look like I died? And he's like, sure. And then they both die.
Okay, Lady Macbeth.
Literally everyone says Lady Macbeth.
Correct. But hear me out. So this girl's just hanging out when her man texts her and is like, so I got a promotion, but these crazy women on the side of the road just told me that I'm gonna be king. So she's like, okay, we can work with that. So she gets the king over to their house and she's like, we're murdering the king. And Macbeth's like, but I don't want to. So she's like, well, maybe if you grew a pair, you would. Somehow this actually works. So they plan to kill him in his sleep and blame it on the maids. Macbeth gets the first part done, but not the second. So she has to do it for him because apparently walking 2 doors down to put the bloody knife in someone else's bed was too much work for him. Macbeth gets to be king and everything's going great, but then he wants to murder more people. So he starts murdering people and screaming at their ghosts while they have company over. And while he's off tripping balls with the witches, she sleepwalks out a window or something and dies.
But what if?
Oh?
The real worst Shakespeare character is Shakespeare himself.
Whoa. That's like deep.
I know, right?
Like, put that in a book or something.
Cool. Are we done?
Are we?
We're gonna fail this exam, aren't we?
Probably.